I'll lead off. So what are you most excited for fans to see during season 2?
I mean, there's so much action this season that I am very excited to see because I haven't even seen it. I've seen the green screen that we reacted to and ran away from, but I don't know what that is. So I'm very excited to see that as well. But I also think the writers really trusted us with some new material this year, and I think they tapped into really the deep stuff that we as ourselves bring to these characters, and they kind of let us explore that through our characters. And I've been really impressed with every single cast member this season. So I personally am excited for the world to find out how cool everyone is.
So I'm going to ask my personal big question. How much Old Lace can we expect this season?
A lot of Old Lace. Actually, we get to explore Old Lace in a way I didn't expect because she kind of goes through all the stuff that we do too, but she has like her own storyline. Like she goes through peril and she gets to be victorious, and she has these like very real, almost human moments where we all connect with her. That was really fun to shoot. She gets some fun action too. She gets to save the day a couple times.
She's the seventh member of the team.
She really is. She really is.
What is that like for you as an actress, having to work against something that really isn't there, especially to have such a very intimate relationship with something that doesn't actually exist?
The funny thing is that it kind of does, though. Like, she kind of is there because this puppet is so real that they're blowing air in and out, so I'm like feeling breath on me. So it's pretty easy to kind of tell myself this is a real thing I'm talking to, and her eyes move and her eyebrows, so she has like emotions. It's really strange. I mean, sometimes it's a green screen, sometimes it's the puppet, but I mean, she's amazing. I think everyone I've taken a set, I always show them Old Lace, and they always are kind of weirded out. It's kind of that like uncanny valley thing where it's just like, this feels real, and I know it's not, and I don't know how to act.
Very cool.
So, go ahead. No, go
I was just continuing on Old Lace, like especially working with the puppet, that dynamic of it. Obviously, you do that more, I think, than anyone else in the group. How long did it take you to become accustomed to that process and to working with it?
Well, the funny thing is that our producers, we're not allowed to see anything, but our producers around episode 1 were like, do you want to see Old Lace? And I thought I really wanted to, but I thought about it and I decided I didn't want to see her. I wanted to meet her on the day, because the first scene I shot with her was the scene in episode 3 where I meet her. And I thought if I'm learning to work with her as Gert is learning to work with her, it would be as organic as it could possibly be. So I kind of learned along with Gert, and so by the time Gert was comfortable with her, so was I. It kind of worked out perfectly that way.
Nice.
Cool.
Have you read any of the comics? Are you familiar with them? Have you delved in? How far have you gone?
I mean, I've gone up to where it ends when someone in the group leaves and it's not worth reading anymore. I don't know. I was reading it for one girl. No, but the comics are great. The comics are amazing. I love Gert in the comics. I don't know how much of her. I try my very hardest to not do an impression. I try my hardest to like take the elements of that are real to me and put her in my version of Gert, but I love that she kind of exists as her separate entity and I'm mine, and it's more like she's like a sister to me rather than like that is me. When I read it, I don't hear my voice, but I hear like someone kind of giving me a voice of reason in a way.
Were you able to explore a lot more with your character this season?
Yeah, definitely. I think the dive into mental illness that the show takes for Gert is something that kind of gave me a really good look into her mind, and something I talked to the writers about that I really liked was they were saying that, because we were talking about how Gert in the comics doesn't have anxiety. She's a pretty sure of herself kind of girl. She's not very insecure. But then we were talking about, it was made in 2002, and the experience of being a feminist in 2002 versus 2018 is very different. It's a very scary time right now, and the rates of anxiety and mental illness among women are alarmingly high. So, I mean, I don't want to quote any numbers specifically, but I mean, the stories I've read are just really scary that so many women are going through this right now. So I think this was a great thing to dive into as a feminist and as Gert on camera.
Have you had girls reach out to you and say like, awesome, I love seeing a woman like this on screen?
I've gotten a lot of really, really nice messages, and it's funny because it's not just younger girls, it's people my age, it's people older who like just need a character like this right now. And even more so on set this year while we were doing these plot lines, people would reach out to me privately and it became like our little secret. I never told anyone who they were, but they'd reach out to me and be like, I've experienced this, I've been on this medication, here's my experience, and we'd talk about it and kind of bond over it. It's a very real thing that so many people are going through that I'm just so excited that I get to bond with people over that, and I get just as much out of it as they do. So it's funny when they thank me, because I'm like, thank you. I feel less alone because you reached out to me.
So being that they're really on the run this season, and I'm not going to get into it, I'm not going to say anything, but anyway, so the dynamic of the team is changing a little bit. So what can we expect in that aspect of this?
The dynamic of the team changes a lot this year. I think the power dynamics are definitely being pushed and pulled in different directions. I think for Gert, it's more about learning to be vulnerable with this like new support system after she's just lost people that she did trust, and finding that people she didn't trust that she never would have thought of as an ally can be her greatest allies. And I think that's more the adaptable dynamic for Gert this season.
Just the last question, if you have one.
Yeah, no, we do.
Would you say that you relate a lot to her yourself? Also?
I'm so sorry.
Would you say that you also relate a lot to Gert as well?
Yeah, definitely. And especially in high school when I was a teenager, I had purple hair for a minute. It was for a Halloween costume and then I just kept it. When I was auditioning for the role, I was sending them pictures of me with purple hair being like, just saying, I'll do it. Like, I have no problem. Like, my best friend even started this feminist club at their high school. Oh, sorry. I thought they were calling for me. Yeah, and it was even the winged eyeliner. We were in like a punk band, like Riot Girl type stuff. I felt like I was born to play this character when I read it. So it's very exciting that now people get to relate to it, and I get to kind of go back to my high school days and live it the way I'd want to as an adult now.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, yeah.
Oh my.
Thank you.
There he goes again.
She's my favorite.
Reporter, I appreciate that.
Oh, no problem.